Thank you, Council President. It's a great day. I remember this day pretty vividly 30 years ago. I was in the 4th grade walking home from school from Oakview Elementary, and it was the first time I had been called a nigger by a white person. And it was an old white lady that looked like my grandmother. And I was walking on the street on Wayne Avenue, and I guess I didn't move over, and my book bag brushed her, and she said, "Get out of the way, you little nigger." Oh my God. And it was the first time I experienced personal racism, the type of language that hurts you and makes you ask who you are and what your value is. Then a few years later, I went to high school, got a scholarship, and one of my best friends, unfortunately, was shot and killed in the Briggs Cheney area. And then I got to experience the institutional racism. When I started to investigate why he was killed, he got involved in drugs, unfortunately lost his life in a drug deal gone bad. And I realized his mom worked 2 jobs, one in Bethesda. She took a 2.5-hour bus to get there. Couldn't be home when he got out of school. And when he got out of school, his school didn't have an after-school program. And there wasn't someone to pick him up and help him to stay on the right path. And I realized that his father had been arrested when he was young and was incarcerated in a legacy of slavery criminal justice system that didn't allow him to have a 2-parent household and have that support. And I started to question, and I realized those had nothing to do with who he was. It had nothing to do with his skin color, except that he was on the bad end of a system that disproportionately impacts black and brown people in this country. And so when we talk about why this day is so important, we talk about systems change. When you have over 500 years of systemic legal bases for dehumanizing and subjugating of peoples and build the back of your economy on those peoples, you must have a systemic answer to a systemic problem. And while we all bemoan the personal racism I experienced as a 4th grader and that many other people have experienced over the course of history, I'm less concerned about that. I'm more concerned about, in our role as a county council, what we do to put systems in place to allow for everyone to have equal access. In the hearts and minds, I hope they follow, and I think they will. But our job, and I feel strong reason why I was elected, and I'm so proud to be my first year with Council President Navarro and my colleagues to be able to take this step, is that when we're long gone, that every council after us, every county executive, every actor will have to look at the outcomes of a policy they put forward in terms of racial equity and have to have the difficult conversation to say, who are we going to be? Are we just going to be diverse on paper? Are we going to be a community that cares about everybody, no matter who they are, where they live, and where they come from? So for this son of a Nigerian immigrant and a mom from rural Kansas, I'm proud to be here. And I know we are taking the first of many steps that when that glass was dropped, it's always hard. When you drop a glass, it breaks into 1,000 pieces. It's really hard to pick up those pieces and put them together. And we are embarking upon that work today, and I'm so proud. And I just want to congratulate the Council President for all of her work, Anna Soul, the many people that are here. That's not my phone. But thank you so much, and God bless.